Oh, hello there. You know, sometimes a man just has to get away from the stresses of the day and retire to his secret spot. And it just happens to be that my secret spot is in between these two large sycamore trees. And while we're on the topic, we're going to be talking about trees again in our tree series. Now, the tree we're going to showcase today, I guarantee you it's a tree that you've heard of before and you're familiar with. So join me as we continue to talk about trees. The tree we're talking about this week are cedar trees. I love cedar trees because when you talk about cedar trees on a farm especially, they are very, very useful for several reasons. Now, the first reason, if you have a grove of cedar trees on your property, obviously with cedar trees, we're in the winter, these are evergreen trees. They keep their needles on year round. So taking that logic and applying it to, say, a farm, if you have livestock, let's say it's in the winter time and it's single digits, teens, and the wind's blowing and maybe it's snowing, it's cold. It's very hard on those animals. And if you have a grove of these cedar trees around, the animals will get underneath them for a natural means of protection against the wind and cold temperatures, because it knocks that wind off of them. And I've been told before, but it can cut down on what it feels like 10 to 15 degrees for the animals. So it's a natural form of protection for them as well as for wildlife. Birds will get in here, they will roost in these trees at night to knock the wind off of them, keep some of the moisture off of them. So it's wonderful for livestock and wildlife if you have them. But also they have some very practical, functional purposes for you in particular, because the special thing about cedar trees are they have a decay resistant property. They won't rot like a oak or a poplar or walnut. When those trees fall over, they're going to start rotting within several years. But cedar trees, they last for many years, which makes them very, very functional for us. For example, they can be used for structural support. Because cedar has decay resistant properties, they can remain outside for a very long period of time, which makes them great for structural support, especially if you like rustic decor. We're standing here under a porch that has these cedar columns being used as structural support to hold the front porch up. And like I said, because they are decay resistant, it's going to last a very, very long time. Cedar can also be used for fence posts. You take one this size, say you're wanting to put a new fence up, and maybe you got to put a new corner post in, or you want to hang some gates. You can use a cedar post just like this. Of course, you want to cut the old remaining branches off of it, but they make wonderful posts to go in the ground because they will last for years and years and years. I know we've had some last, at least close to 50 years. So that decay resistant property that it has, it makes a wonderful fence post. Now I'm going to show you one of my favorite parts of cedar trees. If you've ever smelt fresh cut cedar, there's nothing like it. The sawdust, it smells great. There's nothing like it. It's a very particular smell, and it smells good. Oh, it smells good. And also, I've talked about rustic decor. You can use cedar posts for columns, that kind of thing at your home or barn. But also something that I've done, if you take a small cedar post, you can cut small slabs of it out like that, and you can drill a hole through it, put some baling twine through it, and if you'd like, you can polyurethane it to preserve the color. And they make really nice Christmas tree ornaments. I made 5 or 6 and hung them from my Christmas tree, and it just looks very rustic. So if you're into that type of style, they make great ornaments and they smell wonderful. What's the matter?